Hi YouTube, I am responding to Tiffuzor's Homeschool Moms September edition. My name is Destiny and this is my first time being a part of the Homeschool Connect. I wanted to respond to the first question, which was, how are things going this month? Well, things are going. I have a number of emotions that I feel from one extreme to the other. I'm definitely feel, stressed out for a number of reasons. I didn't make the decision to actually homeschool my daughter until like 3 days before she was about to go back to school. So the original plan was for her to return to the fourth grade this year. I have been contemplating homeschool for a number of months. Actually, while she was still in the third grade last year, had contemplated doing that. I thought it would be a good decision for our family at the time, but I just didn't think it was possible. But I definitely felt a very firm nudge from the Holy Spirit as I was getting ready to put her into the classroom, in a traditional school setting, that wasn't the move that God was leading me to, take her out of school. Now, that was His vision. I'm just waiting on Him to provide provision for that. I definitely know deep down in my gut that was the right decision. It's the most peace that I have felt in a number of years when I made the decision to take her out of school. So for those reasons is why I feel overwhelmed. The actual process of homeschooling, I'm really enjoying. I really like being able to create the content of what she learns. I enjoy the flexibility that we have in our day. I enjoy not having homework at night. We were spending almost 2 hours a night when she would come home doing homework. A lot of the materials she would do hadn't been introduced in the classroom, or they didn't spend a lot of time in the classroom. So, I was the teacher. I was introducing her to this material for the first time. So the fact that we don't have homework anymore has definitely freed up our day and our time and the time that we can spend together. So I'm stressed, but on the flip side, I'm enjoying the actual homeschooling. I think once I get this planning process out the way, I'll be fine. I'm giving myself to like October 1st to try and have everything, not everything the way I want it, but just to have a lot of papers off desk and a lot of books back to the library, because I have so many resources and references about how to homeschool and where to find free materials, because we are on a very, very tight budget, as some people may be on. So I know some people can relate. But I just think there will be some sanity that comes back to me. And so that's the assurance that I'm taking. Like, I'm like, okay, I got to deal with this for now. I'm not getting any sleep, and I feel definitely a sense of burnout. There's no question about it. Not that I'm whining or complaining, but it's just a reality. That's how I feel. But I just know things will, get better as we progress. I'm also taking advice. I saw Mahogany Homemaker's video about, she was giving advice to somebody, I can't remember, but she basically was saying don't overburden your schedule. And I've heard a couple of other homeschool moms say that. And I'm trying to stay in line with my state's requirements, as well as what I feel like, a fourth grader should know. But then that's competing with what I feel like my daughter really needs. So I'm just trying to balance, those competing interests. So that's the first question. How are things going? It's just going. Any progress on personal goals? In terms of personal goals, my real personal goal is centering around the devotional time that I set aside to spend with God. I've been trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning for the longest time. I'm just not a morning person. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to put that out there, but I struggle with getting up at 6. And I really want to, because I know that would be a good investment of my time, and I know I could get a lot done if I get up at 6. And I just feel like I feel like spiritually that that's what I need to do. And so in an ideal world, I would get up at 6. I would pray. I would walk through my house and pray. I would pray for my girls. We'll just be up. We'll start school at like 8 in the morning. I would get some reading done in the morning. I can work out. I mean, I just have this vision of what it would be like. Now, whether or not all of those things happen, is not as important to me as it is just getting up at 6. So I really want to get up at 6 and spend the first part of my day with God, and I want to spend the last part of my day with God. So that is my personal goal. It's just one goal: get up at 6 o'clock and begin my day with the Lord and end my day with the Lord. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that. So I guess in future months, I'll let you know how that goal is coming. But right now, that's it. In terms of victories, I think the main victory that I have is the fact that I did listen, and that I took a step that was extremely uncomfortable for a number of reasons, and those reasons are a separate video. But I definitely feel like the fact that I'm walking in obedience, despite not knowing what tomorrow holds for me, and just trusting God, and it is hard. It's hard. It's I'm really asking God to increase my faith each day. But the victory is the fact that I listened and I made a move when He told me to. Struggles are, what I said earlier, and I definitely feel some struggles. I believe Tiffuzor mentioned, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I hope I am, but I know that she mentioned the insecurity she feels in terms of not being valued, not seeing. I don't know if it's her not feeling valued or the fact that other people don't see what she do as being valuable. And I definitely feel that. I feel that in both ways. I feel like, having this assignment to just be a mother and being a mom and is my ministry, so to speak, is something that I'm trying to wrap my arms around. But I feel like that's what my assignment is at this point. My ministry is to be in the home and to block some stuff from going on and to speak some life into my daughter and to really just birth destiny in them. I mean, that's what I feel like I'm called to do. But that sounds crazy in 2013. And most of my friends work, and I was a working mom up until 2 years ago. And I remember making comments like, "Oh, they got it so good," or "Wow, I wish I could stay at home," not realizing that I probably was offending women, or, I had a friend that stayed at home and I was just like, "Man, you got it good," and not realizing, well, I was getting paid, but she wasn't. And the fact that everybody thinks that because you stay at home, you have it wonderful, and not realizing how hard of a job it is, primarily because people don't think it is a job. And not that I feel like I have to defend being, a stay-at-home mom, but a part of me do feel like that. But seeing both sides, being a working mom forever and then just up until 2 years ago, not being one, I definitely realized that I was saying the thoughts that I was having and the things that I was saying to my friend was offensive. So I am going to apologize for her. Actually, I have apologized to her, but I definitely feel the struggle is definitely a one of constantly trying to validate what I'm doing. And I have those moments where I'm like, what are you doing? Is this really, what you, is this really what, you want? And I really do want it, but I feel like those questions that I ask myself about what am I doing is really me trying to respond to other people, what I think other people are thinking about me, what I think my family is thinking about me, what I think my friends think about me. So when I compare myself against maybe what their expectations are, I feel this sense of just not being, not measuring up, I guess. But in terms of how I really feel about, my life and what I'm doing, I feel like I'm very much in line with what God's will is. And I guess as the saying goes, if God is pleased, who cares who isn't? But that's a struggle, though. That's a daily fight within myself, between what I know to be true and how I feel sometimes. So I am looking forward to October's edition. I'm looking forward to meeting more of you virtually, and I really am just thankful and grateful for this community of homeschool moms, and I'm looking forward to the journey.